the world's most advanced cold wallet for the new generation of cryptocurrency lovers.
So if you are interested in buying this decent wallet, you can find a link in the description down below where you will get a 20% discount. Thank you very much, and let's dig in the video. What's up, XRP community? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So I have two very important videos to show you guys. So let's start right away with the first video. First of all, guys, we know that what's going on is crazy with the Russian war and all that stuff. But we also know that Russia is being exempted from using SWIFT, which is very, very interesting because we have to pay attention to what's happening, guys. Everything is related to each other. So let's take a look at this video first.
Step two is what's being discussed now, which is the payment processing system. So really what they're competing with is the SWIFT bank system, right? So right now, if you're sending money overseas from a U.S. bank, you have to use, or any Western country, you use that SWIFT system that is set up in Belgium. And that prevents money laundering in theory and all that kind of thing. But what the BRICS nations are doing is saying, well, we don't need to use the SWIFT system because we don't want to be subjected again to U.S. sanctions, because if the U.S. is sanctioning you, you can't move money using that SWIFT system. So what's really interesting is, number one, they're creating a payment system that would go around SWIFT. But how do you do that when you have 5 major countries that all have their own currencies? And one of the ways they're doing that is by using possibly cryptocurrency to do that. That would translate their currencies into a single cryptocurrency that is then used through the system and then formulated, I guess, when it gets into their country back into their own personal currency. So essentially, you're taking currency from one, sending it through as a cryptocurrency, and then back on the other end into transforming it into another currency. And that allows them, again, to get around this SWIFT system in a way that no one had really thought about in the past, because crypto already has all of those things in place.
Now, Russia in particular, they've been moving away from the U.S. dollar. In fact, in the last 5 years, Russia actually cut out almost half of its trade payments in U.S. currency, from 92% to about 50%. So what does this say about its relationship, if any, with the West?
Well, I think it says that, again, that Russia specifically really started pushing this after 2014, right? Because in 2014, the U.S. started hitting Moscow with sanctions, and they wanted to punish. And remember how this works. Sanctions are issued against individual countries. They're also issued against leaders in those countries or wealthy people in those countries. And so when leaders in those countries and wealthy people in those countries start getting hit with sanctions, you have a choice. You can either go along with this and comply, or you can say, let's create a system that no longer gives you leverage over us. Well, one thing that the U.S. is doing a very poor job of right now is recognizing that it's not just Russia or just China, but there are 5 major nations and dozens of smaller nations that are very excited about the idea of no longer being under U.S. dominance when it comes to currency. And we're not doing anything about it. At this point, the U.S. is resisting on almost every level any push to change the way the system is currently.
Exactly. So that's a bit what's happened with the SEC. They're trying to push away the innovation, right? But what if this was all planned, guys? Because that's what it really looks like right now. Because everything is starting to fall together. Here we can see this was one spicy conversation between Digital Asset Buy and Johnny Deaton. Why would the SEC file a lawsuit when they knew they couldn't defeat Ripple? Maybe filing of the lawsuit was the goal. Maybe it was everything. It's time to give USA the clarity it deserves. So let's take a look, guys, because it's very interesting.
Would you file it against them when you know you can't? If you know you can't win, then maybe you're not trying to win. Maybe the filing of the lawsuit itself was the goal. Maybe that was the end. Maybe that was everything, right? File the case against them. Think about this. Joseph Grunfest, who is very, very loyal to the SEC, he believes in it as an institution. He said, in the history of the SEC, there had never been an exodus of so many leaders in the SEC leaving after filing such a significant lawsuit. He called it a mass exodus. Think about it. Clayton left. Hinman left. Mark Berger, the director of enforcement, who helped write this complaint, left. The director of trading and markets left. All of these people left. As they're walking out the door, they slapped the most significant SEC enforcement action in modern history because they didn't have to prove it. So if they don't have to prove it, are they willing to file a ridiculous lawsuit that can't be proven? Sure. Wow. If the lawsuit is the weapon.
Well, John, I mean, the thing for me when I hear this is that tells me that this is just a matter of time at this point. If it's a matter of time, that makes me very bullish on Ripple, on my Ripple equity and my XRP.
See, guys, why is he saying it makes me bullish on my Ripple equity or XRP? Because what does it sound like if everyone is leaving in the SEC? They're filing a ridiculous lawsuit which cannot be won. What does it sound like? It sounds like something major is changing. It sounds like they are changing the payment system from within without letting anyone know. Just behind the scenes, creating this lawsuit is just a major smoke screen where everyone is looking and fighting or choosing sides. But it's not even about that. It's just a smoke screen because they just need time to actually prepare. And it's almost time, guys. Ripple lawsuit is coming to a close, which means there is one token on the XRPL that will have the most complete regulatory clarity of them all. Now just think about this. If that lawsuit is over, guys, what is XRP at that moment? First of all, it's not declared a security. Second of all, they won the lawsuit, which has never been happened in history. And third of all, guys, it's a digital asset where you can just swap fiat for fiat. So what does it sound to you like? It's a digital asset with regulatory clarity ready to be used. And that is exactly why we are buying XRP. Attending XXXY, join us at the Ripple House March 11-13 to discover NFT capabilities on the XRPL. Now, this is something that is gonna be huge, guys. This is not even started on the XRP ledger right now. But once all these NFTs come out, guys, it's gonna be insane. Just remember that. And everything is set to happen in 2022. Exactly according to the timeline. If you're not loading up on XRP during the coming dips, I post the targets, you will miss out on a huge move to the upside in the coming month or two. XRP is fundamental strong, but for me, I look into the chart aspects. A major dip will lead to a huge rally, no emotions. Very simple, guys. We are looking at inflation, we are looking at war. The best thing to do now is to actually invest in digital assets. This is not financial advice, again, but if I would bet that something would happen with the XRP price, if I would choose a moment in time, it would be definitely in the coming 2 months or 3 months because everything is falling into place right now. So just remember that, guys, that this is the most interesting time for Ripple. Statement from Ripple General Counsel to Fox Business on unsealing of the 2012 memos. We are pleased with the court's order to release these documents to the public. The documents show a compelling legal analysis that Ripple received in 2012 that XRP is not a security. The fact that Ripple sought such advice in 2012 should be applauded. The fact that it took the SEC 8 years to suggest they disagreed with that analysis, while XRP traded in a massive global market, is baffling. Baffling. It's crazy. It's unheard of. It doesn't make any sense. Again, XRP is not a security, guys. And we are very, very close to see that something else is really playing here. Don't miss out, guys. The NFT hype is real. In 2022, Ripple predicts innovation in areas like DeFi, propelling the growth of the token beyond just collectibles. Now just think about it. DeFi till now was all on Ethereum or Phantom or Avalanche. There's a bit more, but these are the main connections, guys, that DeFi is being used on, right? The major chains. What happens when XRP is regulated and DeFi comes there? It's legal to use. So there's no unregistered securities because it's all on the XRP ledger. Just think about that. Think about how huge that is for cryptocurrency, because at the moment, Ethereum was never really investigated and they never did a thorough research on whether it's a security or not, right? Because they had an ICO, and that's the big difference. But XRP is gonna be the first one to pass regulation with a lawsuit behind them, which is huge, guys. 2022, mark my words, it's gonna be huge. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.